EA College Football 26 is right around the corner, and if you have not heard, guys, in this season we are going to have 2 new teams added to the FBS level. So in today's video, guys, we're going to break down exactly who those 2 teams are, and before we wrap up today's video, guys, we're also going to be covering the latest that we know about FCS coming to EA College Football and a couple of the changes coming to teams that we currently know in the game as well. The first team we're covering, guys, is the Delaware Blue Hens. Last season they had a 9-2 overall record with a 6-2 overall record in their conference play, which was a CAA, which I don't know exactly what that is. I'll be honest. It's apparently the Coastal Athletic Association, and they would have been playoff eligible, but I don't think they were able to make their playoffs because they were already set to transfer for this season. Next year, they will be joining the Conference USA, and their stadium is Delaware Stadium, which basically is in Newark, Delaware. It holds about 23,000 people, so it's not a big stadium. It's no big school, but hopefully over time it'll grow, and I'm curious to see if EA College Football is going to allow for that kind of stuff. Their head coach is Ryan Carty. He's in his 4th year. He's 26-11 as a head coach for them, so that's pretty freaking good. They have an offensive coordinator named Terrence Archer, who was in his 1st year, and then Manny Rojas, who's in his 5th year as a defensive coordinator. Their schemes on offense, guys, you're going to be running in a spread option with the Delaware Blue Hens, and you're going to be running a 3-3-5 formation on defense, which I don't mind because I actually like that defense. It gives you a lot of multiple options. You're able to cover a lot of zones. Spread option, I mean, if you've played a lot of Madden and you just throw in the ball over time, and last year's game, if you played with spread option teams, it should be pretty similar. You're going to have a lot of different formations. You're going to try to beat teams running the ball, but also spreading them out wide. So kind of excited, kind of similar. It's a good team. Apparently, if you come in, maybe this is a team that you could almost win Conference USA with next season. They have a lot of good returning players. Speaking of which, Ryan Connors, who threw for 2,100 yards last year, 19 touchdowns. Their running back as well, Marcus Yarns, is one of their best players, who almost over 1,200 all-purpose yards last year with 18 touchdowns as well. So they were pretty good running and throwing the football. On the offensive line, they're returning all 5 offensive linemen, which is freaking huge for a team, right? Last year, getting sacked was huge if you had a bad offensive line. So this should be good for a conference, at least for the Conference USA as well. And at wide receiver, guys, they're going to have Jojo Bermudez, and they're also going to have Nicholas LeBoy, which, I mean, he was a 2nd team All Ivy League last year. So we should see how he is. He's transferring to Delaware as well. Couple fun facts about them. Their mascot is the UD, and it's which is the Blue Hen chicken. I did not know that Blue Hens were chickens. Actually, I just found out about that. So I guess a hen, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Thought it was a bird, honestly, because of their image, but that's on me.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of
Notable alumni, guys, Joe Flacco went there, and Rich Gann. 2 notable alumni that went to Delaware, guys. I know Joe Flacco for sure. I knew that before, even making this video. And I honestly, just because he went there, I honestly assumed they were already Division 1, but I guess they were AA. And another one being Rich Gannon, which it's another popular quarterback if you watch a lot of NFL. And actually, one more thing, guys, the Delaware has won 6 national championships at that level, so they were kind of ready to move on to the next stage, I guess. This is a team that if you're trying to rebuild and trying to have early success with a low Conference USA team, this would be a very good opportunity. You can come in, you can win right away, and you could even get probably the really good coordinator job if you're trying to move your coach up. Or this is a team that you could, over 10 years, probably rebuild to a national championship type of level. Maybe put them in a conference where they're a little bit more competitive, because it sounds like they're pretty ready to dominate the Conference USA. Curious to see what that's going to be in real life, but at least for the game purposes, they should be coming in pretty solid, especially having a good offense, which honestly, for me, I play a lot of offense and I sim a lot of defense. We'll see how that goes as well. The second team, guys, is the Missouri State Bears. Last year, they were also pretty good. They were 8-4 with a 6-2 overall conference record. They were in the Mountain Valley Football Conference. So I think that's a Division 1 AA, like Mountain West type of conference. So last year, they weren't eligible for the FCS playoffs as either, because obviously they were transferring into the season this year. That team will also be joining Conference USA. So that also gives you another option for a team that's coming in that's actually pretty decent. They play out of Springfield, Missouri, and their head coach is Ryan Beard. He's in his 3rd year and he was the former defensive coordinator. He actually played defensive back for Western Kentucky, so that means he was a dog. When he's had coaching stints at Central Michigan, Louisville, and Northern Michigan as well. For their offense, guys, they run multiple offensive schemes, and then for defense, they run 34 defense. I mean, that's a little bit more old school. Curious to see how that's going to translate. I usually don't like running a 34 defense. That seems a little, I need more athletes on the field than that, but I mean, if they make it work, I mean, maybe this would be kind of a fun rebuild, just running an old style, multiple type style offense. So this is like very much pro style, like making sure that, you know, you're out leveraging your team with multiple formations and however you're adjusting on the fly to what is needed to defeat the defense. On the defensive side, we're very run heavy, gap oriented. Curious to see how that's going to work in passing. I'm for one don't like to use a lot of 34 defense, but every defensive formation in the game has a lot of dime and nickel as well, so you should be okay if their defensive playbook is decent. They had a couple good returning starters on the offensive side of the football. That's honestly mostly what I care about. Quarterback Jacob Clark, running back Jacardio Wright, and wide receiver Hunter Wood. All had pretty good games from time to time throughout the last season. Obviously, the record speaks for itself. They were pretty good from a record standpoint as well, so there would be a good, at least a good trio to build an offense around. Their mascot's named Boomer the Bear, which sounds like a freaking great name, which is kind of rivaled with Boomer, you know, Sooner, but you know, I guess they couldn't think of anything else. They've won 10 conference championships, the most recent in 2020, and their stadium size is similar to the one in Delaware. It's a little bit smaller. It holds about 18,000, which is still, I guess, probably Conference USA type of stuff. So again, if you guys want to come into a decently established program that has good, decent pieces in it, and you can come in and dominate Conference USA with them, this seems like a pretty good option as well. So similar to the Delaware Blue Hens, the Missouri State Bears also seem like a good rebuild opportunity, especially in Conference USA. And if you guys want to see rebuilds for those guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we are going to be doing those at some point in EA College Football 26. And before breaking down other news related to EA College Football 26 about FCS teams and changes coming to other teams, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel because at 5,000 subs, we're going to be giving away a copy of EA College Football 26 to one lucky subscriber. And make sure you comment down below which one of these two teams will you rebuild first. And if you guys know anything about these two teams, feel free to comment it down below. I did a little bit of research. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't dive too much into it, but at least wanted to cover them, at least the basics and the overall, so you know a little bit about them coming into the game. Next, guys, I want to cover a little bit about the FCS teams. I know FCS teams has been a thing that's been asked in EA College Football a lot, but unfortunately, they're not going to be coming to this game either. I don't know how long before FCS teams will be in the game. I don't know if ever. They have a ton of teams to cover, and 136 teams alone is a lot of work for these developers. I don't know how long. I mean, maybe there's a world one day where development is not as hard and they can actually add a ton of more teams. But in the foreseeable future, guys, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I ever see them adding FCS teams. It's not really something that the game needs. For me, maybe just actually having a full, complete high school football season and a more like complete high school experience would be more important for me versus adding FCS teams. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. And that's been confirmed by the team at EA, so don't see them in this game. I don't honestly see them for next year's game, but never say never because we don't know, you know, forever is a long time. So, and finally, guys, there's a couple things I wanted to mention in the game. One thing is that there are gonna be over 300 coaches in the game. We've heard all about this, but two coaches that won't be in the game are Bill Belichick and Deion Sanders, which I thought Deion was really weird because he's big on marketing and making sure that the brand gets out there. Maybe they didn't pay him enough. I don't know. Maybe it's something that they do a big like reveal last minute. I know Arch didn't opt in last year and then he did last minute. I know Bill Belichick probably won't because he wasn't in Madden's ever, but you never know. I don't know. It might be good for his branding after his whole debacle with his 25-year-old girlfriend. Honestly, respect. That said, guys, that's all I got for you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and remember, at 5,000 subs, we are going to be giving a copy of EA College Football 26. So make sure you comment down below what team will you be rebuilding first. And remember, boys, nice guys finish first, and God bless. Peace.